Okay, folks, this is it. Get your Top Gun soundtrack ready. Put it on high volume. Get ready to play some Ace Combat, cause here we go. Ace Combat, the Equestrian War. Chapter 1, Open War. Equestria, land of ponies. Always peaceful, never seeking war or conflicts with any other nation of the world. Respecting every race, spreading love and tolerance all around. Time and time again, it rose to the challenge when evil forces struck. Neither the terror of Nightmare Moon, nor the chaos spread by the treacherous Discord ever triumphed and were vanquished by the power of harmony. Peace reigned for years. It used to be like that. During that time, technology has improved greatly. Ponies, as well as their northern neighbors, the griffons, have designed many useful devices, making their lives easier. Special communicators that allow them to contact each other on long distances. Radars that could detect dangers before they even occurred. Like these events, both races signed a treaty, declaring never to use their jewels of modern technology for military purposes, or worse, for war. However, those peaceful times are coming to an end. A single incident changed the lives of all ponies, plunging a whole of Equestria into a time of constant struggle and sacrifice. In the danger, chaos, and turmoil that engulfed the world, a group of heroic pegasi would rise to stand up and defend their homeland. October 10, 2018. 06:54 hours. Equestrian airspace, the Griffin Kingdom border. Wonderbolts, the finest flyers in all of Equestria. A team of 3 Pegasus ponies, famous for performing incredible stunts at major events, or doing what seemed like another routine flight. But all of them knew that this time there was something else. The neighboring Griffin Kingdom recently started showing signs of strange activity. Once involved tightening the control over their skies and fortifying their own cities. No pony had any idea where this was going, but the royal sisters, Celestia and Luna, feared the worst. Considering the most dangerous Pegasus ponies, where he was mostly associated with controlling the weather, delivering mail, or other everyday activities, they had little to no scouting experience. Due to these circumstances, the princesses entrusted the Wonderbolts with the task of holding a meeting under the ruler of the Griffin Kingdom, find out what the Griffins were up to. As they were slowly approaching the border, one of the Wonderbolts suddenly turned to their leader. It was a female white Pegasus with a red mane. Her name was Firebolt. I joined the Wonderbolts a few months ago. When she got closer to their flight leaders, he asked, "Do you think the Griffins might be up to no good, Captain?" Her voice showed signs of worry. Spitfire, the Pegasus with a fiery mane, didn't respond at first. She too didn't enjoy the situation one bit. Equestria had been in a period of peace ever since the royal successors begun their rule. Unless one would count the incidents where Princess Luna succumbed to the jealousy, it briefly became the evil Nightmare Moon, forcing Princess Celestia to use the elements of harmony and banish her to the moon. As time passed, ponies eventually started to see Princess Luna in a brighter light. When she appeared during Nightmare Night, Twilight Sparkle and her friends helped the princess in getting used to new reality after 1,000 years of absence. If the ponies still remembered these events well. After a while, Spitfire turned to Firebolt and used her communicators he was wearing so the white Pegasus would hear her over the howling wind. "I hope not, but he definitely seems suspicious, with all that side fortification. What are your thoughts, Soren?" She turned her attention to the male blue Pegasus flying by her side.
"Honestly, I don't think they would be preparing something bad. Maybe they're just doing additional maneuvers or something. Like they did a few days ago, who knows?"
He started to sound casual now.
"Maybe they're preparing for some kind of big event?"
While he didn't sound sure enough for Spitfire, his response seemed to lighten her up a little. "Well, we will find out until we get there. Speculations won't do us any good. Let's accelerate. Soren, Firebolt!" The fiery main Pegasus called out to her partners.
"Roger that!"
With a quick response, the 3 Pegasi increased their flight speed, and within a few minutes, left the equestrian airspace and were approaching the Griffin Kingdom border. I could be wrong, but as an anime fan, I kind of like the designs of some of the planes on Ace Combat, because if I remember right, I think they were designed by the guy who did Macross. And considering that I do have a love of Macross, 07:30 hours, Griffin Kingdom, en route to Pisa. The forests that were common in Equestria started to slowly leave their sights and became substituted with all the numerous mountains. Some of their peaks were so high that the numerous clouds were passing right by them, or went through them, dispersed, splitting into more clouds, making it a sight to behold, especially for the young Firebolt. Her period of experience in the Wonderbolts was only 8 months, and this was her first major flight outside of Equestria. The 3 Pegasi were circling around the area for several moments, searching for anything that might have looked suspicious, but didn't find anything. It all seemed like it was going to be another false alarm, when suddenly, "Captain Spitfire!" the Firebolt called to Fire Pegasus. "I think I found something, 3,000 feet below us!" The 3 aces descended towards the point Firebolt mentioned. To their surprise, they saw numerous turrets with barrels coming out of them. Anti-air guns. There were about 20 of them. The Pegasus ponies started flying around the area, checking the massive turrets and examining them closely. They appeared to be unmanned and out of order, but the sight of so many anti-air turrets sprung anxiety into the Wonderbolts. Could it have meant that despite their treaties, the Griffins would intend to break the oath? These questions swarmed in their minds, and these turrets seemed to have confirmed the worries of the Solar Princess.
What in the world? Soren couldn't believe his eyes. What are those AA guns doing here? Do these belong to the Griffins?
"Oh, obviously, sir," Firebolt remarked. "Were they making them in the past few days? As far as I know, they weren't prepared for any military training, right?"
What I want to know is, why are there so many of them? Soren asked. Are they trying to cover something up? This is highly suspicious.
Spitfire approached one of the turrets. It was made of steel, measuring 30 feet tall.
"I don't remember these being stationed here earlier. Strange. Maybe we should radio home base. Firebolt, can you do that? Soren and I will check the area."
Firebolt immediately adjusted her frequency to reach Cloudsdale, city of Pegasus ponies, located high in the equestrian skies. It was full of beautiful houses, decorated with immense columns, and several of them were adorned with rainbows.
"Come in, Cloudsdale, come in. This is Firebolt of the Wonderbolts. Do you read me?"
Firebolt asked her communicator. A slightly distorted, but a hearable voice answered.
"I hear you, Firebolt. It's me again."
The White Pegasus smiled.
"Good to hear you, friend. I think we found something really weird here on the border with the Griffin Kingdom."
"Roger that," Gale responded. While he was associated with the Wonderbolts, he wasn't officially part of the team, but served as their additional pair of eyes. His coat was dark red, almost crimson, with astute yellow eyes and cyan mane.
"What did you find?"
he asked through the radio, awaiting Firebolt's response.
"About 20 anti-air turrets placed close to the Equestrian border, not far from the Griffin city of Pisa, too,"
he reported with grave seriousness. First, he heard nothing from Gale, but when the Crimson Pegasus spoke, his voice was shaking.
"Are you sure you're not making it up, Firebolt?" "I see it with my own eyes, Gale. If I could, I would send you a picture. But you have to believe my words. Soren and Captain Spitfire confirmed this as well." "Is that true, Captain Spitfire?"
Gale turned his frequency to contact Fire Pegasus.
It's true,"
Spitfire confirmed. Looking around her, can you see the steel fortifications?
"It bothers me to no end. The Griffins never told us anything about these. If this is supposed to be their idea of cooperation, it might be a good idea to deliver this information to the Princesses Celestia and Luna. They ought to know what the hey?"
Spitfire's voice suddenly rose in volume as he was thrown in surprise. Gale was uncertain about this reaction.
"What's wrong, Spitfire? Come in."
The Wonderbolts saw that the AA turrets suddenly turned their direction and lowered their bells to have them in sight. The guns were aiming them. With quick thinking, they rose into the air, trying to dodge the oncoming firepower. Gale heard the gunfire in his headphones, and he panicked a little.
"Captain Spitfire, what's going on? Report status." We're under attack. The guns are starting to fire at us,"
Spitfire shouted, while performing a barrel roll, trying to avoid the attack.
"For the Royal Sisters, on the double. Something's definitely wrong. The turrets seem to be controlled, but they're treating us as enemies. It's like they're trying to..."
A chilling sound of gunshots suddenly blared in their headphones. Gale heard nothing but static. He couldn't reach Spitfire's team.
"Blast it! I've lost the signal. At least I've started to trace it,"
he sighed. After a few seconds, Gil managed to transmit the Wonderbolt's location and send a message to the 2 Pegasus ponies that were with him to go and help him return back. As the 2 rookies took flight, he remained at the base, trying to establish communications with Spitfire. What in the world in Equestria is happening? 0810 hours. The Equestrian airspace, Griffin Kingdom border. A single bullet hit Spitfire in the left leg, but luckily not the wing. She would be damaged there would prove dangerous for her. For that matter, any Pegasus pony. Not wanting to risk it, she increased the altitude, and the other Wonderbolts followed suit.
We need to return to Equestria ASAP. Sorry, Firefly, with me. Got it.
The 3 Pegasi slowly leaving Griffin's airspace, but the turrets would not cease fire. Even though they managed to leave the potentially dangerous range, as they were getting closer to the Equestrian border, Firebolts suddenly noticed 2 large shapes below them.
Unidentified flyers below us, Captain. 2 of them.
Spitfire reached up to her communicator, tried to contact the 2.
This is Spitfire. Captain of the Wonderbolts. State your ID and purpose.
No one responded to her call in the first few seconds, when suddenly the 2 shapes disappeared, and the Pegasi heard a churlish voice.
Did you say Wonderbolts? You're from Equestria, correct?
Spitfire team stopped in midair. As the clouds in front of them spread, they saw 2 adult griffins blocking their way. These creatures were 2 beings in one body, half lion, half eagle. They were wearing vests, with the griffin on the left having a black star, and the one on the right wearing a symbol of a red tornado. Both seemed to be in foul moods, yet had a strange smile on their faces, sharp beaked claws giving them a tinting look.
That's right, Soren jumped in. We were sent here by the princesses, Celestia and Luna, to investigate your recent suspicious activities. Would you care to explain this?
He asked the griffins. They looked at each other for a moment and laughed. The Wonderbolts appeared confused. Then the griffins turned their attention back to the Pegasus ponies.
So, you were sent to spy on us, eh? No wonder the AA guns have been fired at you. That's what happens to those who trespass our borders, said the griffin with the black star on his vest. What?
Fireball said in disbelief.
But they were inactive when we first came. What makes you think we come to spy on you? We were told by the princess to meet with your king, Lightbeak.
The Pegasus tried to explain.
Can you lead to us and make those terrorists stop firing at us?
She asked the 2 griffins. They laughed again.
Seems like you guys hadn't heard the recent news.
The griffin with the red tornado emblem spoke.
Lightbeak is no longer ruling the Griffin Kingdom. In fact, he changed our policy completely.
Their elevation proved to be unexpected for the Wonderbolts. Spitfire approached him and tried to learn something more.
What do you mean, Lightbeak no longer rules the kingdom?
She asked. The griffin with the black star symbol shrugged.
Simple as that. Let's just say he had a little accident.
And starting this, he started laughing again.
In other words,
we overthrew him.
The other griffin joined.
We are now being led by Sarah Silverbeak, who will undoubtedly lead us to a new, brighter era.
He seemed to be enjoying every word he spoke.
You overthrew him?
Fireball couldn't comprehend the statement she just heard.
Oh, I see where this is going, Spitfire interrupted. We'll make sure. But you guys prepared for a war or something? Spitfire! Soren turned to her. What makes you say that? Open your eyes, Soren, Spitfire exclaimed. They were playing this for some time. Remember those strange maneuvers you mentioned before? Those actually resembled military maneuvers. They're preparing for an invasion.
Griffin with a symbol on a black star in his chest chuckled.
You get them quickly. Indeed, we were preparing for war. With Equestria, to be more precise.
The statement left the Wonderbolts dumbfounded.
War? With Equestria?
Firebolt mumbled.
But I don't get why.
We were just thinking about expanding our territories. It's nothing personal, only business.
Yeah, Griffin laughed.
We had hoped we'd gotten noticed, but alas, the Griffin sighed. Red Cyclone, it appears we have no choice but to take them down,
he told his companion.
You're right, Black Star.
The seventh Griffin nodded.
Consider it an honor. We'll let you witness the might of the Griffith's elite squadron.
Without warning, he rushed towards Spitfire's team.
Spread out and take it to him!
Spitfire ordered her teammates. They still seemed shocked, but heard the orders and dodged the Griffin's attack. His partner joined in the fray, and a fight commenced between the Pegasi and the attackers.
You have any idea what you're doing?
Spitfire asked the Black Star as he took on by herself.
I'm sure there's a peaceful way we can solve this issue.
Too bad, the Griffin replied.
A peaceful agreement won't do. And by expanding our territory, we don't mean that settling on your lands, but more.
Spitfire's eyes wide in surprise.
More what? You're planning on invading Equestria, taking over?
He exclaimed.
Ugh, you're pretty smart for a pony. It's a pity we can't cooperate.
Black Star chuckled.
Spitfire smiled mischievously. Well, thanks for that info. We've already managed to inform our superiors about it, though. I assure you, this act will not go unnoticed.
Black Star appeared to be unmoved.
It doesn't matter. Only you and your 2 companions are the real threat to our campaign. Once you're out of this picture, the war will be a breeze.
Hearing those words, Firebolt broke away from the red cyclone as he gained to his sword and flew around to the other Griffin.
You'll have to take us down first!
As he said, he ran Black Star with full power to the side. Griffin appeared to have been phased by the impact, but only barely. He quickly remained with a fist's claw slash, wounding Firebolt badly in the chest. Seeing this opportunity, Red Cyclone broke away from Soren, ran into the Pegasus from behind. He started pummeling down.
Firebolt!
Soren tried to save his comrade by flying to her and grabbing her tail, but the Griffins were faster. Soren was without mercy. The 2 Wonderbolts fell down and crashed in a nearby mountain, tumbling downward and hitting the ground with large impact force. Spitfire watched this in horror, but to her relief, they were still alive. She took on both Griffins alone and tried her best, even managing to deal severe blow to Black Star, but her combined might proved to be overwhelming for the Wonderbolt's leader. She fell and crashed to the ground far from Fireball and Soren. The 2 Griffins looked down from the sky and gloated.
That takes care of the Wonderbolt aces. Let's report back to our superiors.
Black Star ordered.
Our general will be quite pleased. In fact, that was easier than I thought it'd be.
Red Cyclone remarked.
The rest of the Pegasus ponies are total wimps. This will all be over too quick.
17 hours. Garlock Castle. They left the airspace, but unbeknownst to them, the 2 Pegasus ponies sent by Gale managed to locate and retrieve the wounded Wonderbolts. The flyers were transported to Ponyville, where Nurse Redheart and Tenderheart took them under medical attention. The diagnosis wasn't pleasant. The 3 Pegasi suffered numerous bruises and had broken wings, rendering them unable to fly for some time. On a bright note, their lives were in danger. They soon relocated back to their home city of Codsale. In the meantime, Gale made his way to the Caroline Palace and reported everything to the royal sisters, Celestia and Luna. Lyra was completely shocked by the Griffin's actions, but Celestia remained stoic through most of the time, and yet even her face was clearly visibly excited on it. I was fearing this day would come. She finally spoke after Gale finished his report. They've been acting very aggressive lately.
My apologies, Princess Celestia.
Gale spoke nervously.
But this is all too strange. I can't understand why the Griffins would overthrow King Lightbeak. He was a good monarch.
Celestia knew Lightbeak for years. He indeed governed his kingdom quite well, making it renowned in the world as a place of pride and natural wonders. Only one option. A coup d'etat, she guessed. Perhaps some renegade Griffins rebelled against their ruler, thought they could bring a better kingdom by using force. She spoke those words with clear disgust, reminding her of the times when Equestria was ruled by the vile ruler of Chaos, Discord. It took the combined efforts of the Royal Sisters to end his reign. Now Celestia hoped to find a solution in this dangerous situation as well. The White Unicorn Pegasus tried to collect her thoughts and think of their best actions for the upcoming hours. Without the Wonderbolts, the Griffins will have air superiority. It's a perfect opportunity for them to declare open war on us.
War? In Equestria, but sister, isn't there anything we can do?
Celestia turned to her younger sister and shook her head in denial. I'm afraid not, Luna. Once we swore that, unless directly challenged, we would not openly wage any war, all we could do is lend some strength and courage to our ponies. Luna appeared depressed, but didn't say anything to disobey her sister's decision. Celestia then turned to Gale. Announce this to every pony in Equestria. We must be prepared for incoming invasion of the Griffin Kingdom. Make sure all available adult Pegasus ponies will be ready to defend our skies from the incoming enemy. I shall alert the air ponies. Luna, assemble the unicorns. We need to form an actual military organization to prepare for the conflict. Although I never thought this day would actually come. The Moon Princess nodded and left the chambers to warn her subjects of the impending attack. Only a matter of time before the Griffins will invade us. Celestia thought to herself after Gale left too. This will be Equestria's darkest hour. Yet deep in my heart, I believe heroes will rise. The Sun Princess looked into the horizon, where the sun was rising in a sinister red glow. The conflict that would eventually become known as the Equestrian War would begin soon. Meanwhile, 0952 hours. Equestria, Eastern Border. A single adult Pegasus pony, bearing a pink coat with a short blue mane and identically colored tail, had just passed the town of Troyham. She stopped in midair and landed on one of the fluffy clouds that were in the sky, and took a glance around behind her. She needed to make sure this was indeed the land she used to call home. She noticed the familiar buildings, and as she looked down from the clouds, she saw several ponies she used to know in her youth.
Equestria! I finally returned!
The pink Pegasus thought to herself.
I only hope I'm not too late. Something big's going to happen soon, if I'm correct.
Her purple eyes gazed at the distance as she started flying forward again.
We're in for a wild flight.